Hello and welcome to a game of Dota 2. We have Vici Gaming making it through the winners bracket undefeated up until now, depending on if Tell Me Why can make that change. Of course, Vici Gaming and the Radiant side will be betting out a bet writer for the first one, and we'll see what they bet out last, because Tell Me Why has got the first pick this game. Tell Me Why, the team that has been beaten once. They got beaten in the first game that they played today up against Mineski. But then in the loser bracket finals they were forced to go up against Mineski again, and then they were able to win. Let's see if they can also take down Vici Gaming, if they can break the winning streak of them. As Vici Gaming is deciding if they're going to ban out an IO or not, because that's basically the question. Maybe they want to ban out something else. I mean, OD, Weaver, Darkseer, you name them, they're all still in. And for people wondering where they can watch the game, like a different tournament, I know. For Rapture Gaming, it is the game between Mythtrust and Impervious, but I don't think they have an English caster at the moment. So, unfortunately, you can watch that inside the game, of course, for yourself. But that also goes for this one, by the way. As you might have noticed, you can buy the ticket for GosuCup. It's not just this tourney though, like you might think, you know, it's too late now because it's only the grand finals. No, that's not true. The next GosuCup, Neolution GosuCup, will be watchable as well through the ticket, and I believe the next 3 will be visible through this ticket. So there's a lot of games in store for you. We've got ourselves the IO stuck in the pool, so picked up by Tell Me Why, no surprise there. The Darkseer was the one to get removed, and Vici goes for a Lifestealer and a Visage. 2 strong heroes, and 2 heroes that can fit into all kind of roles. And Nature's Prophet picked up by Tell Me Why, so that means that we're having a lot of movement here for Tell Me Why. They've got to relocate, but also the teleport from Nature's Prophet, so not only can they move 2 people around the map in no time, they can move 3, which is of course a very powerful tool to use. Nature's Prophet is the one to get banned out on the side of Tell Me Why. Because of course they played that up against Mineski in their previous game. As we have the Naga Siren removed from the pool. Vici Gaming don't want to face that one. Has seen the songs coming out from the teams, and it's just too annoying. Even though Naga Siren today, I have to say her win rate is not that high. It's high enough, and it's annoying enough probably to just warrant a ban. That's basically just, I mean, it just totally disrupts your fight. And of course also the song works great together with the Naga Siren, because if Naga Siren is in trouble, she can sing, and then all of a sudden you've got to relocate in from IO, you've got Nature's Prophet TPing in, and you basically die. You're no longer ganking up a Naga Siren by yourself. No, you're able to, or you're forced out of fight, and you're going to be outnumbered. For people wondering, by the way, Cyclops will not be joining me for this cast because he is casting in Thai once again. I need to do it for the organization that he cast for, so he's on his own channel. I actually don't know specifically which channel it is. I believe it is on Twitch though, but he is casting in Thai again, so he couldn't join me for the next one. We have got Puck picked up by Tell Me Why, so that will be their mid-game hero, and more movement coming off from Tell Me Why with a Rubik picked up by Vici Gaming. So they've got a very strong support combination with the Visage and the Rubik. I like it. I think it's very strong. I think it's also very strong on an aggressive tri-lane, so I'm hoping that's going to be the case. And also, for more people wondering, for all the... I should do this at the start, like do all the announcements that people want to know. Vici Gaming is having their complete lineup. 1-2-2-5 is actually ZSMJ. And he's of course still playing that support role, and he plays the Visage for his team. So we're going to see ZSMJ taking on the Visage for this one. As we have the Lone Druid, as well as the Dragon Knight banned out for Tell Me Why, a solo mid banned out, as well as an offlaner. Storm Spirit will be the one picked up by Vici Gaming. A Storm Spirit, it's kind of interesting. Storm Spirit is a counter towards the Nature's Prophet, but IO is a little bit of a counter towards the Storm Spirit. So Nature's Prophet is going to be having a tough time, depending on how that mid lane goes. And Puck and Storm Spirit should not be able to kill each other off at the start of the game. Perhaps with ganks, of course they are, but we're going to see about that. But Storm should be able to at least get to level 6 fairly easily and live and then be able to kill the Nature's Prophet, depending on how the Nature's Prophet does as well, and depending on if there's going to be aggressive tri lanes. Now, there's no aggressive tri lane for Tell Me Why, because that's not what you do with an IO. There might be one for Vici Gaming though, and that's why we see the Lone Druid banned out, because Vici earlier on went for an aggressive tri lane and then ran the Lone Druid on the solo safe lane. There's still a lot of options open for leaving people on the solo safe lane, but Lone Druid is one of the more ideal ones, so we're gonna see. They might maybe go for something like a Juggernaut or something like that. It's also one of those heroes that can go for a solo safe lane. Or they could put the Lifestealer on the solo safe lane and take it out a different one for an aggressive tri lane. I'm just very much hoping for an aggressive tri lane. Tell me why though. They have to pick up a hero before we're gonna jump ourselves to the next banning phase, and it will be a Windrunner. So keeping the draft open, Windrunner, we've seen her in the previous game where she was on the safe lane, supported by a Naga Siren, but we've seen her on the safe lane. We've seen her on the suicide lane. We've seen her in the mid lane. We've seen her everywhere. So, Nature's Prophet, Puck, and Windrunner, all three heroes are basically solo lanes if you want to. So they're not giving anything away, so it's very tough to ban out heroes against Tell Me Why right now, but they ban out the Sand King, and we're not going to see an IO Sand King combination. I'm still actually expecting something like a CK or something picked up by Tell Me Why. I mean, they've got strong heroes, yes, but they still need to have some form of... Well, they need to have some form of carry sort. We have a Timbersaw picked up. That can be a mid lane, that can be a safe lane, that can be an aggressive tri lane. That basically doesn't tell us anything if there's going to be an aggressive tri lane or not. Also, for people wondering if there's enough people... wait a second. Cat. Ooh, had the lefty cat load. I'm actually gonna type that while we wait for the last pickup. So I was saying, if there are enough people interested, I will cast Myth Trust versus Imperius afterwards using the ticket that I have. So Tell Me Why. One more pickup needed. One more carry. I was assuming a carry. Vici Gaming didn't think so, but we're gonna see it. Come on. Of course, this time, maybe they already know what they're gonna pick up, but they can use this time to also think about how Vici is gonna lane this, and how they should lane this, and how they are gonna counter their opponents. And they pick up an Alchemist. Alchemist IO, it's not very high ganking potential, but what it is a very good safe farming combination. So you've got yourself an Alchemist that can just farm, and when a fight breaks out, IO will be there to take him to the fight. It's basically that. Not as, like, it's not that hard ganking. Where's my mouse? Oh, there it is. Awesome. So, let's take a look at who's playing what. We have got a pause straight away, but it's okay. We've got Bungsel Roti playing the Nature's Prophet. Upper will play the IO. BZ on the Alchemist. Kate plays the Puck. And we have Noxum playing the Windrunner. So that's everybody on the side of Tell Me Why. Tell Me Why in this game, the underdogs. And who doesn't love a good underdog story? So slightly rooting for Tell Me Why perhaps, but we're gonna see if they can beat down the Giants. The Chinese Giants, where FY is playing the Lifestealer, and we already see the start of what looks to be an aggressive tri lane. Fenrir will play the Rubik. It will be in the mid lane. Of course, CTY this time on his Storm Spirit. Visage will be moving his way top. Already picked up a smoke, so that looks good for our aggression, perhaps. But he will be moving his way top, played by ZSMJ, by the way. And on the bottom lane, it will be Tutu playing the safe lane Timbersaw. And we have got, perhaps, this is a very awkward aggressive tri lane though, but Windrunner can definitely be one to do that with. I mean, you have got your Shackle. Unstable Concoction, Tether, it's actually pretty viable to go for an aggressive tri lane here. However, aggressive tri lanes up against Timbersaws, no. Just no. It's very simple. Timbersaw will pick up reactive armor, and you're not able to kill him. He is Escape Artist 101. Of course, there's a tether stun, there's a shackle, there's an unstable concoction. They might be able to stun him long enough for him to actually die, but overall speaking, they need so much resources to take him down that is pretty tough. As 2-2 goes for a bit of harassment on the train. He won't be able to get it though. Train balls. The aggressive tri-lane, they will then be up against the Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet, who is prepared for that. He can go into the jungle if need be, but we're gonna see if he actually does that. He just gets into the fountain to get himself his mana back again. But we'll be back on the lane in time for the first creep to fall. Should be anyways. Your mic is broken? No, mic is not broken. Thank you. Haste. And of course, as someone on the chat does point out, I mean, if you are going to relocate your alchemist into a fight, which normally you don't want to do because he wants to farm, but depending on how good his farm is here on the bottom lane, you can already charge up your stun before relocating in, which is pretty powerful. 2-2. Picked up Timber Chain first, so very defensive, as in very set towards getting himself away from any kind of danger. But reactive armor would have been nice too. I mean, look at this harassment going on. It's quite painful. 2-2 will get level 2 soon though. But he will be forced to use a bit of his regen already. Nature's Prophet is just leaving the top lane entirely open. He goes into the jungle. He knows he can't do anything there. And that means that we're probably going to have these supports rotating fairly soon. The only downside about these rotating supports is this puck in the mid lane. Because normally you'd go for your opponent's mid laner, but Puck is also one of those escape artists that it's very tough to take down. He can orb himself away, he can phase shift. It's possible, don't get me wrong, but it's still pretty tough. In the meantime, on the bottom lane, 2-2 got his reactive armor, so he's now should be safe, should be not dying. Of course, it is still an aggressive tri-lane, and they will do their name justice, but in theory, should be okay. Trying to get a bit of harassment out as he goes. And gets last hits as well. I mean, 5 last hits so far. Nature's Prophet TPing himself towards the bottom lane. Trying to at least get the creep wave to not push in. Keeping his tower safe for now. and that's all he needs to do. Like, normally that would be doubtful, but he needs to keep his tower safe. That's his job. In the meantime, on the mid lane, CTY sitting on 11-5, while Kate is sitting on 7-2. So the Storm Spirit is actually getting slightly ahead, which is quite surprising. Normally, I mean, I said already, nobody should in theory be dying. Double damage. But if someone was to come ahead, it should be the Puck. In this case, it's not. And this Storm is doing fairly okay. 5 denies already, and of course, level 6 is going to be very important for him. He is going to get ganked though. In comes the Windrunner with the double damage rune. Let's see if we can get a shackle off. That's going to be the first thing to do here. The harassment coming in from Kit at the same time as well. Windrunner, is he backing off again? No, he's not.
Dire's top tower is under
and
attack.
This could be the goat signal. This could be it. The harassment is there. The shackle doesn't latch though, but it does stun him up. And that's going to be a vortex. He tries to take down the Puck before he goes down himself. He tries to. He gets it as well. He gets the first blood. He knew he was dead if he started running, so he goes aggressive and he goes for the Puck. And he gets the Puck as well, dies for it, but fair enough, that's worth it. Lucky thing for Windrunner is that she got all the experience for the Storm Spirit herself, because Puck of course died first. So Windrunner gets extra gold, extra experience, it's all very nice for her, but not so nice for the Puck because he doesn't get the experience, and he gives the first blood gold to the Storm Spirit, who's now almost level 6. In the meantime, someone getting chased here. It is Nature's Prophet that's getting harassed out of his own jungle by a level 2 Visage and a level 2 Rubik. And Nature's Prophet himself TP's back towards the tier 2, knowing that he has to make sure the creep wave gets pushed out, otherwise, I mean, his tower slowly but steadily is gonna get killed off. Talking about getting killed off, this Timbersaw might be in some trouble. He has still got a Timber Chain though, should be able to get away. Yep, and there he goes. It's gonna be starting to be a bit worrisome if the trees aren't back yet in time. Oh, Nature's Prophet gets slowed down again, chased down again, gone out too far, tries to juke it. But in also comes the Lifestealer, and he doesn't have a TP. He is going to be going down. FY really wants to get in range, but he won't be able to do it. Rubik gets the last hit. And that will be another kill going the way of Vici Gaming. In the meantime, power shot, 2-2 though. I mean, he has got a bottle now as well. He still has a salve in his inventory. He is so fine. As in, he is fine. He's not gonna die for now. Talking about someone that might die, Visage. Well, actually, him being level 4 and CTY being level 6. This might be turning into a kill. One Vortex is all that it takes. In comes the Vortex. In comes the Visage as well. Let's see what he can do. There goes the Orb away. The slow is there. Ball Lightning forward. Soul Assumption comes in, and that's a kill. That is ZSMJ taking the last hit on his Visage. Now Nature's Prophet TPing in, but he's still level 2. This is not good for him. Unless in comes the IO Spirit. ZSMJ might be in some trouble. The Spirits will fly. That's a kill right there. CTY standing still, having a discussion with himself or buying items from the shop, but that is going to be at least a return kill going the way of Tell Me Why, as Windrunner, level 4, but very low in life, has still got 4 stick charges, but should be fine. Yeah, should be fine. That's Timber Saw, doesn't really have that much mana anymore, and he wants to save everything that he does have for his Timber Chain. That's his escape. He needs to be able to use it, and he's going to need it quite soon, because in comes the Wisp, and in comes knocks him, and they're gonna charge up a stun. Timber Chain away. Is it gonna be enough? In comes a stun. In comes a tether. In comes a shackle as well. Should be incoming for a shackle. Not even needed for now, actually. He waited for a power shot. He could have gotten the shackle. I think that could have been a kill if the shackle was there. We'll never find out though.
Warriors of the wood.
And the support will be roaming back to the... Well, not roaming, just walking straight back to the fountain, get their HPs back up. Tier 1 tower will end up going down, Vici Gaming. Still ahead in this. It's a solid straight line up, going towards the 2k, but with this tower down, we'll be spiking up a little bit more, so we'll be getting a dent in that straight line. Experience graph looking the same way, though. Going the way of Vici Gaming. Not as convincing, perhaps, but still the way of Vici Gaming. They get the kills. And they get the better trades as well. Rubik in the meantime, he's got that one kill. He's got boots. He's level 3 still though. That's something that, I mean, support levels is something to worry about, especially on the side of Vici Gaming at this moment. Both are still level 3. They've been roaming around a lot. They've been trying to make Nature's Prophet life a hell, and that's of course just fine. The thing about a Nature's Prophet is that he will always be able to get back up on his feet if he gets a Hand of Midas, which he is indeed going for. Supports, however, will be staying behind, and both the Rubik and the Visage are both supports that really benefit from their level 6. Wait a second, this Timber Saw almost got himself a kill up on the Alchemist. Shackle doesn't match, 2-2. Might be some trouble. Power Shot will come through as well. There is a Timber Chain. He needs to use it. Nature's Prophet thinking about TP in.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Doesn't get it though. Nice Sprout. Sprout himself in. And the salve there for the Timber Saw. He's actually going for it. In comes the Tether though. And Timber Chain away. 2-2. Escape Artist 101. That's why you don't run an aggressive trialing up against the Timber Saw. In the meantime, in the mid lane, we have got Puck in a lot of trouble again. In comes the Telekinesis, the Vortex, the Soul Assumption, and another kill for ZSMJ. In the meantime, the tier 2 tower on the top lane. Yes, I realized that I just said the tier 2 tower top lane. But it's taking a lot of damage. Taking a lot of tower damage. Sorry. Timber Saw gives himself away. Walks into some reinforcements. We might see CTY going for something here, but the haste rune will keep Windrunner safe. Upper though, he's level 4. And he walks the wrong way, so Upper will be kept safe as well. As Alchemist goes down on top lane, another kill for ZSMJ's Visage, who's now got 1k gold in his inventory. Tower will not die just yet, but it's very close. And they're not even doing damage to it themselves. I mean, they're just letting the creeps bash on it. In the meantime, their own tier 1 tower on the bottom lane getting a little bit harassed. Nature's Prophet waiting for someone to show himself. Oh, CTY. Just too late. Just too late. And FY, he really now wants to take down this tower, I think. That's free gold right there, and he doesn't want to get it denied. In comes Alchemist, and we will look at the net worth. Alchemist is highest on top for Tell Me Why, but Still quite behind, quite way behind on the Lifestealer and the Storm Spirit. Of course, towers do help, but there's only one tower down, and that's not gonna result into 2k gold difference, approximately. And it's only 3 kills difference. It's just farming that's making the biggest difference right now. Farming is something that the Lifestealer was able to do very well. On the top lane, free farm for him. Also Storm having a good mid lane, and of course killing off the puck 3 times. It's time for Tell Me Why to try and make a difference, try and change the way this game is going right now. Because they're losing ground, slowly but steadily. More TPs coming towards the mid lane for Vici Gaming. We have also now got the Storm back here. And they're gonna try and take the last, or the mid tier 1 tower, not the last tier 1. There's still one bottom. It's actually doing pretty well in terms of HPs. Hand of Midas up by the Nature's Prophet. That's what he needed. Get himself back on the map, even though he is still second highest on net worth without a Hand of Midas. And I'm not gonna, like, that's not good for him. But that says more about the rest of his team than it does about him. That's basically it. Timbersaw wants to go for this IO. Chakram is there. Whirling Death there as well. One more hit needed. Stick charges are there. TP comes in though. Puck. A menace. In the meantime, Nature's Prophet gonna get Vortex and he will get killed off. Can't really TP himself out from that one. In the meantime, Timbersaw is gonna go down though for the first time this game. 3 heroes used for that. Puck's able to get the last hit and Upper able to stay alive. Fenrir in the meantime, still not level 6. Visage, still not level 6. In the meantime, Io is still not level 6 either, don't get me wrong. He's close though. Very close. And Windrunner considered to be a support. I mean, his level 6 is not really that big of a deal. He is... like, he won't pick up his ultimate at level 6, or shouldn't anyways. Fortification, already used, but... Tower still goes down, just delay of execution. Oh, this Timbersaw is in a lot of trouble, gets a stun. And 4 heroes coming in to try and take him. The Shackle's there as well. He will go down. No, yeah, he will. I was gonna say, that would be insane if he was able to get out from that one. But 4 heroes used for that. If they don't get a tower right now, that rotation would not be worth it. But they should be able to get this tower. The question is what they lose for it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
If Vici Gaming is able to take down the mid tower, perhaps, or take some damage off the tier 3. But so far, nothing. So that's a worthy gank for Tell Me Why. $1,700 gold for FY. Expecting him to go for an armlet, but taking some time. Here comes a TP from the Puck. This Puck who's died 3 times, who's got brown boots, no blink dagger, and we'll get a Vortex on his head and an open wounds, and he is going to be face shifting and will probably go down, but in comes the relocate with the Alchemist charging up the stun. Puck still goes down though, but down goes the Visage as well. Upper will drop as well, and this is just an Alchemist left on its own, or at least left alone, as an IO has left him. But Windrunner Nature's Prophet coming in to force him back, so Alchemist lives. But it's a Visage for a Puck and a IO. It's not a worthy trade. Nice deny by Nature's Prophet Treants. He might be paying for that though, because it looks like FY has got it in for him, and he's completely out of mana, so no Sprout coming in. In comes a Vortex as well. That's gonna be a kill. And another kill. 1 for each. In comes the Alchemist stun, but oh, it doesn't matter. He can't go in on it, and he knows it too, so he backs off straight away. Vici Gaming, even though they just lost their Visage and just got their mid tower denied, it's still going good for them. It's still going the way of them. 1,600 gold up on CTY. He is very close to that Orchid, which is the one that he wants to have. As we saw already in his Queen of Pain game, he knows how to use that. 2-2 in the meantime. After having a fairly decent early game, he has been a target of a lot of ganks lately. I mean, it's good, to be fair. I mean, if he is getting ganked, it means that the Alchemist can still farm. What am I saying? Alchemist is on the other team. It means that Lifestealer can still farm. There we go. Fixed. It's still quite troublesome. Let's see if they can do something here. Oh, or if Fenrir can live there. In comes Timber. Looks towards the high ground. Looking for a Sprout. Something that Rubik can throw out, and he did. He is gonna be going down though, still. Will be picked up. He's the only one. Should be the only one. 2-2 actually goes down as well. Tell me why is winning this fight. TTY jumps in, but it's too late for him to do anything here. Won't be able to kill off the next Prophet. In comes the open wounds, maybe Puck. He still has a phase shift though. He's trying to buy it out. He's trying to save time, but his Lifestealer that still gets his face down. And look for the next one. Look for an interruption. Won't be able to do it. Open wounds. They don't have detection though. Relocate coming in as well, trying to save their Alchemist. But a good fight for Tell Me Why for sure. They got the timber saw. They got the Rubik. And that was good in its own. Losing the puck for that. You know, I would normally say that that's pretty bad, but this puck is really not having that big of a bad of a game anyway, and you know, he's already died 4 times, why not kill him off a 5th? Tier 1 tower. Might be a result of Vici Gaming in the end having the last word in this fight, but in comes the Alchemist. He's gonna stun himself though. We do have 4 heroes of Vici Gaming in there. Oh, in comes 2-2. He wants to go for this. Has to be careful though. Fighting inside that acid spray is not something that you really want to be doing. That minus armor is scary. Current gold. I just want to put that up because both the Lifestealer and the Storm Spirit were actually quite rich. CTY just bought himself the second Oblivion Staff, so just needs the recipe for his Orchid. But Lifestealer has finished up his armlet and still has 2.2k gold. And already got drums and face boots. So this is very rich Lifestealer right here. And we know that of course because he's highest on net worth. But he's highest on net worth by far. He is more than 3k higher than an Alchemist that got Grievous Greed. It might not be maxed out Grievous Greed, but Grievous Greed nonetheless.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Alchemist that has 2 supports with him as well. Open wounds, looking for the Windrunner. In comes the Chakram, and down he goes. FY with the last hit. It's not over just yet though. In comes an Alchemist Sun. Goes up and 2-2 ends up dropping. Can they find another one? FY locking himself out. CTY thinking he is invisible. But I believe that Tell Me Why is aware that he is there. Doesn't matter now. We can't get him. 1-for-1 trade in the end. Windrunner for an Alchemist. For a Timber Saw.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Down goes Io. FY just fighting him by himself. It's no battle, really. It's just free food for FY. Fenrir in the meantime. Level 6. Rejoice! We already saw that, of course. He stole that Sprout earlier on. We also already have the Familiars, which we already saw. But we now also have a Medallion of Courage. And that might result into a Roshan kill. Talking about kills, this Nature's Prophet is dead. Ownage, dominating. CTY. He might be completely out of mana, but he is a 5-0 to 1. To 4 rather. 5-1 to 4, that is. He is doing really well for himself. And he is making sure that Tell Me Why cannot really find a safe place on the map to do anything. Can't probably split push because they'll have to deal with the movement of the storm. And they can't really go for any relocates because who are they going to try and kill off? Everybody can basically get away or either can call in reinforcements or stay alive long enough to call in reinforcements or kill you off instead, which is also not really something that you want to be doing. FY still hasn't died yet this game. He's the only one that hasn't died yet this game. Oh, he's gonna try and go for the courier. They saw him relocating. Snow, one more hit needed. They get him. Nicely done. Oh, Vortex though, is that gonna be worth your life? It actually might be worth your life. Because he gets gold for his entire team. I mean, these were scouted out the courier. And he makes sure that the courier is gonna be having no use for 3 minutes. It might be worth giving your life for at some point in some locations. Actually, seeing his inventory right now, I'd say no. He doesn't have his Hand of Midas off on cooldown. It's gonna be a lot of wasted time for that one as we see Puck going down, looking for the next target. And down goes the next target. Shackle doesn't latch. And the tier 2 tower will get picked off. And this will of course all still results from that courier snipe because Nature's Prophet not there to try and distract the attention from with split push. So Vici Gaming all of a sudden free to do whatever they want, which was killing off Puck and Io. Now Roshan. I mean the basher on the lifestealer is there, we already saw that earlier on the Io. 2200 gold already since he got his basher. It's just keeps being 2200 gold every time we look. Storm Spirit with an Aegis. Tell me why. Thinking about going in, but they're actually kind of split up, and that's gonna cost them because this Puck is dead. This Puck has got treads and a magic wand. That is it. No Blink Dagger yet. 20 minutes into the game. He is a sad Puck. He died 7 times. There are 18 kills on the map, 7 of which are on the Puck. That's a Puck that cannot buy space for his Alchemist to farm. Alchemist is still farming, don't get me wrong. And that's Nature's Prophet that does that for him. But you kind of want to have that Puck as well. And BZ going for his BKB, already has his Shadow Blade. Timbersaw going for the Bloodstone. It's pretty close as well.
Radiant's top tower
It would be
is
pretty
under
close.
attack.
This is a smoke up. By the way, this is funny
Radiant
because
structures are fortified.
the smoked people want to try and kill off the Timbersaw, while the people behind there, also smoked, wanted to try and take down the
Radiant's
Nature's
top
Prophet, who
tower
tries to get
has
away.
fallen.
Oh, in the end, the only one hanging around is FY. And everybody turns around as they see that he goes on one. He actually finds a kill. That's Io already dead. Infest out. Looking for BZ. The rest of Tell Me Why is already backed out. Is already TP'd out. Alchemist. And the GG's called. That's the first game already done. Nature's Prophet got killed off on the bottom lane, and Alchemist, at least he didn't have detection. He didn't die, but
Dire's bottom tower
it's quite scary indeed. The GG called for game number 1 to be over. Vici Gaming dominating once more. Their gold graph ended up on 14k, 20k experience. And that is the end of that one. And we're going to jump ourselves to the second game because it is a best of 3. And we will see if Tell Me Why can at least make Vici Gaming lose one game. We'll find out in just a moment. So stick around for game number 2 of this best of 3 for the grand finals for Neolution GosuCup for the 9th edition. And we'll be right back.